Yeah, how's everybody doing today there? I am trying to figure out how to put my damn phone on here. Let me see, hold on. Maybe I flip it around this way. Then I can put this on here. And maybe I can help. You can see some of this stuff here. Hang on. This is a very odd program that I'm working with today. But very, very cool. Oops. I don't want to type. Okay, it's not the best thing. Maybe I can try and pull this a little more your way here. Let's see. You're probably asking, what is this? It is a old school Atari editor, and it's specifically made for the ESQ. It's very cool that it has a random sound generation procedure that works great with this type of FM synthesis. So I think you will be able to hear it today. That sound can be quickly varied by this total random, slight variation, or a large variation. Let's start with a large or a slight variation. Sort of a pretty bell type thing. How's about a larger variation? That's pretty damn cool. It's got a kind of a long sustain to it, which you can adjust each envelope. Believe it or not, this program we had in the 80s, and we used this large vivisect to get a lot of our synth sounds. So a lot of the strange tonal sounds. See, now that's not as nice. I don't know. It's just kind of boring. Anyways, it's a very cool program for like sound creation of a random nature. Just say total random. That's so random that there isn't even any actual noise. Oh no, there is. Well, this is getting quite like insect world, so very interesting. So let's say you like one. Let's say you like a sound, and you want to save it. You go here and name it. Say like a weird one, weirdo. Then you go back to the your manager page here, and you simply just carry this this little square over to this section here. After that, you can then say send the bank to the ESQ. So all these sounds are being actually prepared using an ESQ1 and are being manipulated by this program, ESQ Soundworks. So another great thing about this program is that you can take a variety of sounds and then randomly sort of like make them out of a crossbreed of the three, say in this case, it'll be a crossbreed of these three sounds here, which would be noise string, tri-bell, which is the sound from texture, and island. So if I run this, you can hear that it says crossy up here now. I can run it again. I can run it as many times as you want. And then maybe a slight variation on that. And that's a pretty nice sound. I think I will save that. Go back to the editor page where I could tweak, say, any one of the components. Oh, listen to that. Swell in. Interesting. After swells. It's the best thing about this program is it will come up with sounds that there's no way that you would spend the time to just randomly go through and do this. So as you can see, I'm just building up a bank here. And let's see, let's hear original sound as a bass sound. Let's do a slight variation on a bass sound. That's quite a variation. How about another? Go to the editor page, you can work with any of the envelopes, and also in this page you can do a total randomization on that. So that's a pretty weird one. You call that like sort of like bendo. And back to the manager page. You copy that to there, but put the bendo in the cross creation section and run that. Oh, that's nice. It's like a metallic. Again, this is like why I think this program is kind of it's weird. I hear something scratching back there. Hey, what is that? Fisherman? Is that you? That is the weirdest sound I hear coming from the corner of my room. I hear a strange sound other than the synth. And it sounds like a cat scratching. I think we should go find out what it is. That's the weirdest thing, folks. I know you can't see me right now, but I'm investigating this strange sound and I can't find out what it is. Well, if I hear it again, I'm going to move the camera with you. Wow, that almost... That almost gave me creep out vibe for a second. What is that? Hello? That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Okay, so, well, I don't know what it is. It's a ghost. And I have definitely heard some weird things in this house before. Probably the weirdest thing I heard in this house was footsteps crossing the floor above me, because I'm on the lowest floor. And one day I was sitting here and I heard footsteps, and I just went upstairs thinking, okay, Rihanna's home. And I went up and there was nobody there. And I was like, oh my God. And it wasn't my cats or my dogs. This makes the sound of shoes, you know? Back to the program here. I have had friendly rats in this studio before. That's a little new age, I think. Let's do the run time again here. So once again, we're on an Atari 1040 ST, and we are running ESQ1 Soundworks. Oh, listen to that. Straight out of the Twilight Zone. Oh, I gotta keep that one. That's beautiful. And remember, these are being created completely by randomization. So it's like taking the parameters of 3 different voices that are all FM synthesis based, and every parameter is being changed on every randomization. This one I just saved as Twilight. I'm going to add this to the library, and then also add it to the cross creation, which we've been building up here now between 5 sounds. Let's see what that sounds. Quite normal. Stayed quite normal. That's almost Sun Ra-ish, I'll say. We'll call that one Sun Ra. And I don't hear the noise anymore over there. You know what it sounded like? It sounded like Fisherman was over there scratching and doing something. When I went over there, there was no Fisherman. So, let me see if I can see some of your questions here. The keyboard that it's on, that I'm actually transferring it to, is this right here. So it is the ESQ1. When I do a randomization, you can see that everything changes on every. Oh, that's a creepy sound. I think I probably should keep that one. So I'm going to call that HK. Why not, right? Back to Sound Manager, and then you carry HK over to the library. So at any given time, I'll send all of these over to the ESQ into the internal memory, and then I'll just have a whole new library of sounds to play with and start with for song creation and so on. You start with an original one of your sounds. Which actually, that's a typically good, what I would call ESQ vibe, called moods there. Also originally created in this manner. And then, so what you can do is if you create it in this manner, you can then go in and tweak it so that you can perfect it. You can make it like whatever you want. Okay, so the third thing on here is moods. Let's say moods, and organ. You can see I've got an organ there. You can do a mix creation. So what it is waiting for you to do is just do something like that, and then you see it just did a mix. So what it's done now, it's done a creation that's more of a mixture of the two sounds. It's kind of a John Carpenter-y type vibe. Maybe more in this way it would be. Yeah, we got more organy. Again, go back and save this. What's that called? JK? And then back to your sound manager page, and so on and so on. So this video here, I'm going to transfer. Actually, I'm going to finish doing this bank, and then I'll transfer it to my ESQ. But all of these came from my ESQ, and all of these will go to my ESQ. And that's part of the sound creation procedure using the Atari computer here in the old school system here at the Subconscious Studio location. Okay, so with that being said, I've got this funky new app here where I can change perspectives and so on like that, which kind of trippy. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in for this sound creation thing. This video is dedicated to Josh Hawley. Josh, it's dedicated to you. Thank you.